Hello everyone, welcome to the 14th part of the TTC webinar AWS Primer series. Today we are going to learn about basics of AWS networking, and this is the fifth part in that for that topic. And I will hand it over to our speaker and tutor Jyoti to now. Jyoti, over to you.
Okay, hi guys. So this is our final part of AWS networking. Okay, I had planned for Route 53, but I'll take that after we have covered auto scaling and elastic load balancing. So today we'll wrap up this session with two labs. First lab is going to be how to connect to your private instances through VPN. Remember, in our organization also, if you want to access any application or service, we have to do it via VPN. So same thing, I'll tell you how to do it using VPN in AWS. And second, we'll talk about it's a small demo regarding network ACL. So till now, when we started this networking session in AWS Primer, we have been discussing about securities, right? So we studied about there are three things through which we can have security in AWS. One is by having those security groups wherein we allow like traffic for a particular port and all, and that is at the instance level. But if you want to have certain rule or security at the subnet level, okay, so for that we have network ACL. And there is also one more thing, which is flow log, like BPS flow log, that helps you to understand, okay, from where your traffic is coming. So we have been doing security group a lot of times, like whenever we create a EC2 instance, you would have seen that. Okay.
Yeah, Jyoti, you continue. I will answer to that question.
Okay. Yeah. So today we'll do NACL, okay, which is like we'll add security at the subnet level. Okay. So yeah. So this is the agenda: lab on VPN connection and lab on NACL. Route 53 management, this I'm skipping. And we'll start from next session. We'll have auto scaling and ELV. After that, we'll cover Route 53. Okay. In those topic, if there would be any reference of Route 53, I'll be letting you guys know. Okay, whatever is required. But specific session, we'll have it after we are done with ELB. Okay, so this would mark the end of our networking session for AWS. Okay, there are a lot of other things as well. Like today, I'm just covering VPN, NACL. We have done VPS pairing. Okay, then we studied how we can connect to a private. We studied about NAT and we did a demo. Okay, there are this topic in itself is very vast. Okay, so whatever we've not covered, now you can go to AWS document page and you can read and perform lab. But the major things I have covered till now. Okay. Yeah. So what is the see what all exercises, the peering exercise, NAT gateway, or the endpoint, whatever we have done, it was to how we can connect to our instances privately. Okay, we don't want to go to internet. Okay, so there's another. Similarly, we have VPN connections. Here also, what we'll do, we'll create two subnet. One would be public and another would be private. By public, you can understand that yes, if something is public, it can be directly accessed from the internet. But private, we cannot access it. So for that, we have got various services. Okay. So today, what we'll do, we'll create a VPN. Okay, using that VPN will access our private instances. Okay, so these are the steps. Okay, so the first step is to create a VPC. Okay, and now by now you guys would have understood that when we talk about creating a VPC, there are 4 steps which you have to do. Just remember it. Okay, first is you create a VPC, you provide a CIDR block, then you create a subnet. Okay, then internet gateway. We know, right? Like Kumar, if you're attending this session for first time, you might not know, but for others, IG is your internet gateway, which helps your VPC to connect to the internet. And then route table, wherein we do entries to specify what my path would be like. Okay, then second step would be of creating a VPN. So how do you create a VPN in AWS? So you'll do launch instance. till now we have been using resources or instances from free tier. Okay, we'll go to marketplace and we have a resource OpenVPN. We'll have that. Then all these steps, once we do it, you will get to know. Okay, and then we'll create another instance which would be created in a private subnet. Okay, right? And then the simple step of, okay, since your VPN, it's a Linux machine. Okay, so you want to connect to a Linux machine using Windows. I have a Windows laptop, so for that there are basic steps we need to generate. Is like, okay, you need to convert .pem into ppk. Okay, and then we connect to Putty. Okay, using the public IP of the first machine. See, we are able to connect to using public IP of first machine because it's in a public subnet. Okay, and then we'll do the settings, whatever the setting is required for VPN. Okay, and once we are connected to VPN, you'll be able to see that we are able to log into that private instance. Okay, if VPN was not there, right, till now, whenever we had to connect to our private instance, we had to do it either first we used to connect to some public instance. Okay, and then from there we used to go to our private instance. Okay, but today you'll see now you can directly connect to your private instance just by having a VPN. Okay, for example, I'll show it to you for my, like, in my organization, this is the VPN which we have. So if I need to connect to any of like Jenkins job or my Git, etc., or some my local application. Okay, for that I need to connect to this VPN, which is my global protect client. Okay, so similarly we'll have a open VPN client for connecting to the instances in the private subnet. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so let me log in. Yeah, so I'm already logged into management console. Okay, uh, yeah, so what we have to do, we have to go to VPC. Guys, if you want, you can practice along with me. Okay, I'll just give you these steps in the chat as well. And Kumar, for you, I'm not sure if your uh, account setup and all is done. Okay, so if it's not done, probably you can watch and then you can refer to our previous session and practice this after going through our previous sessions. Okay, yeah, but crux is what we are trying to do, just map it to what you do for your application, for your organization's application, right? You need to have some VPN client on your machine, so you first connect to that client and then after that you can access any resources of your organization. So same thing we are setting it up here, we are understanding how it is done. Okay, so let's go ahead and create VPC. VPN will have this cider. Okay, yeah, that's my first step. Second step is creating two subnets. Okay, okay, this is public subnet. There's no availability zone is not required. Okay, this is my public subnet. Let me create a private subnet. Right now, see, we are just creating subnet. Just by creating, you don't make it public and private. Okay, we are just renaming it. I'll tell you what makes it public or a private. It's the entry in the route table, okay, which distinguishes, okay, which subnet is public or private. Okay, so the one route table which has entry for internet gateway, okay, and which is associated, so that would be your public subnet because that has a route to internet. But the other route table which you'll create, which you associate with your second subnet and you don't add an entry for internet gateway, that is your private subnet. Okay, because we are not giving any path on how to connect to the internet. So let's take this as And let's name it as private subnet. Okay. Now internet gateway. Create internet gateway. IG for VPN. Okay. Now attach this IG to my VPC. Yeah. So we have created VPC. We have created internet gateway. We've attached internet gateway to VPC. Then we've created two subnets. Okay. Now I'm going to create route tables. Okay. Okay. Now see, this is the route table. Now let's go ahead and associate public subnet to it. Okay. That's first thing. Second is in route, we'll do a entry. And okay. So now this makes it as a public subnet because this subnet, whose name I have kept as public subnet, this in its route table we have an entry for internet gateway. Okay, so that means if we want to connect to this any EC2 instance which I associate with this subnet, it would be able to connect to the internet. Okay, but the other one whose name was private, okay, it won't be able to connect to the internet. Okay, let me show it to you. Okay, first we can go ahead and create instances only. So I'm creating first a Windows instance. This is for free tier. Okay. See, I'll first go this. Okay. This I'm just showing it to you for demo that okay, I'm associating this with public subnet. This is just for demo to show you that if anything is in the is a part of public subnet, that can be directly connected. Okay. Okay, nothing else. No storage. Tag, it's like okay, this is for Windows in public. Yeah, RDP is there, so let it be like this. Windows in public. So see, this is another way to give security, right? So as I was telling you that you can specify like okay, your inbound and outbound traffic for your instance. Okay, so that is taken care by security group. But if you want to have same rule for inbound and outbound for at the subnet level, then you have to create NACL. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Meanwhile, this is happening. Let's go ahead and perform a step for our VPN setup. Okay. Launch instance, AWS Marketplace. Open VPN. This is free. Okay. So we can select. See, remember this step. So it is by default it is selected under T2 small, which is a paid. So make sure you change this to T2 micro. Okay. Yeah. So your VPN is always going to be connected to your public subnet. Okay. Remember this. Yeah. So since it is connected to public subnet, I'm auto assigning public IP address. Yeah. I think we are done. No storage. Here also. Okay. See, by default, it has SSH, HTTPS, custom TCP. Okay. If you want, you can anywhere. And if anything else you want to add, you can do it. Okay. But for now, okay. Review and launch. And launch. Okay. This is VPN key. Download key pair. Okay. Launch instance. Yeah. While this is happening, let's go ahead and create a Windows machine in private subnet. Okay, and then I'll show you difference between the window machines which I created in a public subnet and window machine which I created in a private subnet. Okay, so let this. Okay, it's taking some time. Okay, this is taking time. Okay, yeah. Meanwhile, let me go ahead and create another instance which would be for private. Okay, subnet. So free tier Windows 2012. Select. Okay, private. Mhm. Okay, review and launch. Launch. Windows private. Download key. Launch instance. Okay. Yeah. So let's go back here and let me show you difference between a machine which is connected to a public instance and a private instance. Oops, this is for VPN, I guess. Okay. 2EFT. 2EFT is okay. This is my Windows private and this is my VPN. Yeah, okay. So let's try to connect to this. Okay, connect RDB, download Windows public. Okay, download Windows public. Faz, you're able to follow, right? Because you've been part of previous sessions as well.
Yes.
See, we are able to connect to this machine. Why we are able to connect to this machine is because this was part of a public subnet. And what was so special about the public subnet? We had created a route table. We had associated that subnet, okay, and we had given an entry of a internet gateway. Okay, so let me just repeat the same for the one which is which we created and associated with the private subnet. Okay, so probably I can close this. It's of no use now. Okay, Now let's see if we can connect to our private machine which we had created. Yeah, is it up? Yeah. So private connect. Oh, I think this is not the private machine. This is the VPN one. This is my Windows. Okay. RDP client. Get password. Windows private browse. See, you're not able to connect to this machine. Why? Because this was part of private subnet. Now, if somebody wants to access this machine, they can do it through. There are other ways as well, which we have done. Today, we are going to study about VPN. Okay. So let's go to my VPN. Okay. Just a second. Yeah. This is my VPN only. Okay. So what I need to do is the key for this is VPN key. Okay. So simple. This I have to do because I have a Windows laptop. Okay. If anybody has a what do you say, Mac, for them this step won't be required. Okay. Downloads all files. What was the key for this? Yeah. Spam. Okay. Save as private. In downloads only, and we'll save it as VPN key 2. Okay. Now we'll go to Putty. So you guys are able to see my screen, right? Whatever I'm doing on Putty, Jen and Putty.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll take a public IP. Okay. So when we used to connect to EC2 instances, we used in data, we used to write login name as EC2 user, right? But for Open VPN, it's Open VPN AS. Okay. And yeah, rest steps are same. I'll take a public IP, then an auth. I'll pick the key which I had created, accept. Yeah. And keep doing pressing enter, like select all the default values. Okay. Open VPN cannot be installed unless EUL. Acha, I had to type. Just a second, guys. Public in data, I'll write open VPN AS, and then okay. Yeah, okay. Default. Okay. So the name of the user is OpenVPN. Okay. So yeah. See, you've got this client UI. Okay. Before that, we've got the username, which is OpenVPN, but we need a password as well. So you can do sudo password OpenVPN. Okay. So I'm selecting TTC123. TTC123. Okay. I've got the password. Now through this URL, you'll get a client the way I have here in my system, right? See, I've got this client from my organization itself. Okay. So we are creating that client here. Advanced. Yeah. So what is my username? It's OpenVPN. Password was TTC123. Yeah. Now I want this client for which? For what? For Windows, for Mac, for Linux, for iOS for Android. So I'm working on Windows. So I need this client for Windows machine. Okay. So see, this client got downloaded on your system. Let's open this. Okay. Oh, there is some security. Run anyway. Okay. Yeah. Now you can understand, right? Like whenever you get your laptops, okay, and what is happening behind the screen, right? How do you get that VPN client on your machine, and how you're able to connect to your private instances?
Yes.
VPN TTC123. Oh, I won't be able to do it because I am not admin. Okay, so Faz, you'll be able to do it if you're using your own machine. So I'll tell you what you have to do after that. Okay, so probably you can share your screen if you want. Are you comfortable sharing your screen?
No, actually.
Okay, that's okay. I am not able to do it because I don't have admin, right? What would be the next step is, see, you've got your client on your machine, okay, and you have downloaded your Windows client. Just connect to it, okay. Once the download is done, you'll see an icon the way I'm seeing for Global Protect. You'll see it for Open VPN, and then you can connect, add username and password. Once that is done, what would happen is, now if you'll try to connect to your private instance, you'll be able to do. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So till here we did, right? We had downloaded the client. Last part was left, which was to, after we have got the client, you'll see some similar to like this. Okay. You'll see right now my VPN is not connected. You'll click, you'll connect, you'll provide, see here, I'm providing the username. I'll be providing the username, which is for my organization, like see event and then the password. For you, it would be OpenVPN and TTC123, the password which we had set. Okay. So once that is connected, now if you'll try to connect to that Windows machine, which we had associated with private subnet, you'll be able to do the RDP. Okay. Any questions before we move to our next lab?
No, nothing from my side. Let's wait if Kumar has any question. Kumar, you can type it on chat or Q&A section if you have any question.
Okay. For Kumar, I can understand that if it's his first session,
Yes,
it
yeah.
would be difficult. Okay. Yeah. Now we are moving to next session, which is NACL. So what is so special about NACL? See, remember, right now also when we were setting up, we were saying, okay, for RDP this is open for port so and so, for HTTP this is open for so and so port. Okay, so all these are like a kind of firewall. So you can have firewall at the two levels. Okay, you can have at the security at the instance level, but it would get very difficult if you have got hundreds and thousands of instances. Okay, to each instance you'll go and add those security group. Okay, so if I want to do something at the subnet level, then comes network NACL. Okay, so forget about this part. Second part, we'll focus on the first part. So we'll have a VPC, we have got internet gateway, we've got a route table which has path for internet. Okay, and now instead of having what do you say, firewall at the instance level, we'll have the firewall at both, at the network ACL and at the instance level both. What is the difference between the firewall which we do it using security group and the firewall which we add using network ACL? See, first difference is the security group is at the instance level and NACL is at the subnet level. Okay, that's first thing. Second is your security group, they are like stateful, as in, remember, always I just had to add an entry. Okay, in the security group. Okay, I was not specifying whether it's allowing or denying. Okay, so it was stateful. That means the moment you give a entry, it is for both inbound and outbound traffic. But with network ACL, it's stateless. That means you have to provide the rule for both inbound and outbound. So we'll do a lab and you will see the same behavior. Okay, yeah. So let's move to our first step. As usual, we'll create a VPC. We'll have one subnet, we'll have internet gateway, router. So here today, now with this exercise, we are not talking about public private subnet. We are talking about the firewalls which we can have at the instance level and at the subnet level. Okay. Okay. What I'll do, probably I'll terminate this also parallelly. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll go ahead and create my VPC. VPC for NACL. Create VPC. NACL subnet. Okay, we'll go ahead and create internet gateway. IG for NACL. Attached to VPC. Okay. And now route table. Route. So this is the common step which we have been doing from these 4-5 sessions. Okay, whenever we had to set up a VPC. Okay, so I haven't done anything special till now. It's just I'm just creating my VPC and subnet, etc. Okay, so I've created this route table. I'll go ahead and NACL subnet. Okay, and then I'll have an entry for internet gateway. Okay, now Let's go ahead and create a NACL. Okay. You see here also, see under security, you see network ACL and security groups. Okay. And these are like your default NACL, which gets created whenever you create a VPC. Okay. And you see with default, your subnet is already associated. So we need to deassociate it and add it to our ACL, which we create. Okay. So let's go ahead and create our ACL, my ACL TTC. This is going to be associated with this VPC. Okay, now I need to associate my subnet. So NACL is associated at the subnet level, and at a time only one NACL can be associated with one subnet. So that's why if I want to associate this subnet to my the current NACL, I need to deassociate it from here. Okay, so for that, what you can do is subnet association, edit subnet, and select this. I'll show you what change you'll see. See, now your subnet is associated with this ACL. Okay. Yeah. So the way for security group you do an entry, right? Similarly, for NACL also you have to specify. See, you have to specify inbound and outbound rule. But if I talk about security group, you just do one entry, right? See, if I go ahead and create, yeah, you name it blah blah blah, and then you just specify whatever you'll add here. You'll see it would come in the outbound rule as well, so you don't have to specifically specify, but with NACL you have to. So for now, let's go ahead and create a rule. Okay, so since I'm going to create a Windows machine only, I'll have a rule number as 100. And remember, the smaller the value of a rule, the higher its priority. So suppose there is another rule with 50, okay, which says it is allowing RDP, and there's a rule 100 which says it's denying RDP. So preference would be to the rule number 50. Okay, so I'm saying, okay, I'm allowing RDP. Okay, RDP. Okay, allow save changes. Okay, that's in inbound. Okay, for outbound, for now, let's see. Okay, I hope you guys understand inbound and outbound. What do you mean? It's like traffic coming in and traffic going out from your instances. Okay, so for outbound, I'll create two rule, one for HTTP and another for HTTPS. Okay, so you can say 200 HTTP. Okay, and add another rule number 300 for HTTPS. Okay, save changes. What's wrong? You have not made any change. Allow, yeah. Okay. Cancel. Yeah. So let's just review. Okay. So I have created an entry here, and I have created. So by just reading it, what do you think? Will I be able to connect to the machine which I'm going to create right now? Or let's do it and see if you are able to connect. Okay, launch
By
HT.
reading the rules, it seems like we should be able to, but let's see.
Okay. This I'm associating it with my NACL VPN VPC which I had created public. Okay, everything is fine. Add storage tag. Yeah, so I'll say NACL SG RDP. or let's do all traffic. Okay, we are allowing all traffic. We are not giving any restrictions. Okay, so remember this point. At the security level, I'm allowing all the traffic, but at NACL, I have RDP and I have HTTP and HTTPS. Okay, launch. This is for key NACL. Download key pair. Launch instance. Let's wait for this status check to be 2 by 2. Meanwhile, what I can do is I can delete whatever setup I had done for my previous lab. Okay. I really like this idea of AWS. Every time they confirm from you, are you sure you want to delete? They'll ask you to type delete so that you can't blame them.
Yes.
Yeah, let's see if our machine is up. Okay. Oh, it's initializing. Okay, it's taking time. Let me be on this screen only. Okay. So what we have done till now, guys, let me just, yeah, see, VPC we have created. We have created internet gateway. We have created route table. We have added rule at the ACL level. Okay, and then we have also added a rule at the instance level wherein we have allowed all the traffic, and here we have created inbound rule for RDP and outbound rule for HTTP and HTTPS. Okay, come on. Yeah, now let's connect. Okay, get password, browse. So let's see if we are able to connect or not. See, this is in public subnet. We should be easily able to connect to it, but we are
Yes.
not. See, you'll get an error after some time.
Okay. I probably know why.
Yeah.
Because
So
you NACL level, you only enable HTTP and HTTPS, right? Not
correct,
RDP. Okay.
correct. So it's stateless. So you have to add entry. See, now you said that okay, traffic can come, okay, but you're not specifying whether traffic can go out from your instance or not. Okay, so we'll go ahead. First, we'll do an update with respect to RDP. Then HTTPS also will practice. Okay, so now I'll go ahead and I will create an outbound rule. Add a rule 400 and this custom TCP because we don't know at what port we'll get a response. Okay, So you can specify port range. Oh, it's not allowing me to custom. Okay, it's not allowing me to update. Let's see. I thought I'll enter all ports. Okay, never mind. तो भाई डालने देना.
Miss, is it because custom TCP can we do all traffic? No, sure. All TCP can we do?
Oh yes, all TCP. Yeah. Do we have all TCP? Yeah.
Yes. Just
No,
still
it's
it's
not.
not allowing.
Wait. Custom. What is it that we are missing? Just a second. The port range must be a number between. ठीक है, but you are not allowing us to enter the port number. Why is it so? Now should I enter? Okay. See, it is not. Okay,
Sorry.
what I'll do is I'll enter. I'll remove A afterwards. Okay, jugaad.
Okay.
6. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Oh,
Okay.
what I did, I wrote the number and then I deleted all.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's see and connect to this machine again. Okay. See, now we are able to connect. Okay.
Yes.
Now let's see if we are able to connect to the internet or not. Okay. Yeah, let me just open any browser. Okay, Internet Explorer is there. Oh, what's wrong with this?
Can we just ping maybe?
Yeah, I'll do that. That's the last thing I'll do. But I was just checking if it has anything else. Okay. No. Okay. I wanted Internet Explorer to work so that visually I could show it to you guys. So that's
Yes.
okay. Chalo, ठीक है, छोड़ दो इसको. Okay, so we'll normally do ping to a Google. Okay. Yeah. Ping google.com. See, it's getting request timeout. Why? Do you remember? We've given an outbound rule for HTTP and HTTPS, but
Yes.
we haven't added a inbound rule for HTTP and HTTPS. Okay. So let's go ahead and add that rule. Again, here also we'll do custom TCP. We have done 200. Okay, let's name it as 50 and range 10242655535. See, with outbound rule, yeah, we said yes. Traffic can go outside from my system to outside world, but you would receive some response as well, right? There should be an
Yes.
inbound rule as well. So now let's go ahead and ping. Not sure if this would work or not, but okay. I think for this you might have to do something at the instance level as well. Let me see if this. Okay, what error message it says? This app can't open. Internet Explorer can't be open using built-in. Okay, wait. Let me ping. That's why if we would have been able to open the internet Explorer, it would have been good. Okay, probably I'll come back to this once again. I'll see what's missing here. But the idea was to let you guys know that what is the purpose of NACL and why it's important that we add a rule at the both the end, both at the inbound and outbound. Okay.
Yes.
So I'll stop sharing. Any questions?
Nothing from my side. Kumar, do you have any questions? You can ping it in chat or Q&A section.
For you, Kumar, is it all clear?
Okay,
Or
let me just
nothing clear?
let me just allow him to talk. Maybe
Yeah.
Kumar, you can speak now. Hello.
Yeah, right. So actually, I am trying to follow, but actually, I haven't joined the previous sessions, right? So it is a little
Yeah.
not able to follow.
Yeah, no.
But I will once go through the previous sessions and check.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
absolutely fine. No issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. So Jyoti,
But whatever the information shared, I'm able to understand a little clear. But as it has some dependence on earlier things, so yet to check on it. Check on that.
yeah, okay, sure. No worries. Jyoti, do you have anything for today, or these were only 2 labs, right? We were supposed to do today.
Yeah. So I had planned Route 53 also, but I thought no, it's not right time now. We'll go to our next topic now. Like for networking, I am done whatever I had to tell. Okay, there would be one or two labs which we can do more on networking. For example, how we can connect from on premises to AWS, but that we can probably take it up at the end as a part of our project and all. For now, networking is good. Okay, we can move to our load balancing and auto scaling topics. So next week we'll meet for those topics now.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sure. Yeah. So thank you, Kumar, for joining the session, and thank you, Jyoti, for teaching us this NACL and VPN thing. So now I think the people who would be following would be able to understand it better, especially the VPN part. Because VPN means it seems like sometimes means how does it work? It doesn't have we don't have that much clarity sometimes. But yeah, now we are clear that how it works behind the scenes. So thank you so much for that. So we'll see you everyone on the next Saturday. And
Okay.
please and for any updates, you can follow the test chat on the different social media platforms on the Telegram channel as well. And the recording of this today's session will be uploaded to the YouTube channels. And thank you so much. Happy weekend. Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Thank you.